All right, welcome back to Trains and Planes, where we will talk about trains and planes. Wrong way. This is all that wall space that was open, and I got it filled. All right. Ah! Okay, so we're 1 year out. Keep talking about how much work I have to do in this house to get it ready to start the layout, and it's taken a year to get to this point, which is where I can start working on the layout again. And I thought rather than go through one more explanation of it, I thought I would just take you outside and just show you mowing the backyard. And I think it pretty much made it really abundantly clear. So I'll just take you around and show you a couple spots in my workshop here. Okay, so I showed you some of this before. I've got the tool cabinets up there. I got where is this thing? Oh my goodness, right there. Okay, everything's backwards on these things. So this is my drill press. And I got cabinets. This is all full of tools and such. And I pointed this out last time I was in here. The trains, Norfolk Southerns, those were there. I didn't put those there. This is awesome, isn't it? The Lionel Scouts are my two Lionel Scout. These are my model kits. Some of these took a lot of damage in the move, so getting past the water heater. And then I've got my trains display case, and this is where everything is sitting right now, where it's been for the last year. And look, what's that? Okay, just also so that I've got it in a couple places in this garage. This is after all my garage. You'll recognize some of the things I use, like this is what I used to measure and build my overhead train layout. In a couple of places in this garage, you'll look around and you'll spot railroad spikes. This house had quite a few railroad spikes in here, and I'm trying to save them all. So, updates with the tool bench. I don't know if it's just my display screen or if it's the lights creating shadows or what, but it looks like I've got right about here, a permanent discoloration on the lights. I can't tell. No, it's the lights. Okay. All right, so I've got all these tools, and those all are going into, I'm going to go to Harbor Freight and get some cases to put those up. Today, I'm going to take that shelf down. That shelf is useless. It's really just for storage. Inside this shelf, I've got back issues of model railroader. So that's very cool. And what have I got over here? More back issues of model railroader. Oh, and remember in the couple of videos ago, those are the rocks. This is a cool rock. Okay, and back to this. That's all my martial arts stuff. It's my home dojo. Got a sword polishing kit right there between the size, and then I got the commas. I need to move the size down one level. This is the entertainment center I was talking about earlier. This is going to be the focal point. I'm going to put up right over here. I'm going to put up a little diagram that will show the track plan I got. I did a purchase from Kallenbach and got some track plans, and one of them had just the perfect L-shaped track plan. I had originally planned on having the part that was the air compressor coming out here. I was going to make that my turnaround. The only thing I'd be losing is these doors. This originally came with 3 halogen lights, one here, one in there, and one in there. And I discovered when I took them down, it had scorched the wood. So that's not good. Where wood is scorched, that means presence of fire. And sooner or later, this thing would have been the cause of a house fire. So if you have one of these and it's got the halogen lights in them, pull them out, throw them away. This is, you can see one of my model kits right there. I've got all the shelves still in here. I just need to put them all back in here. Up there is where the halogen light was. I'm going to replace that, like I said, with LEDs. So now the idea is, out in my barn where I kept my Husqvarna riding mower. That was a really great riding mower, by the way. I really love that thing. So one of the things I got to do today is I have to pull this thing forward, and I'm going to show you some test fitting of some track pieces. And this piece, it should, if I put a piece of wood here, it should connect to there and right to there. So you can see that. That's pretty much how the back is going to go. Might have to notch this a little bit. I'm not sure. It's nailed in place, but it's kind of nailed in crooked. As you can see, it's not equal. If I put a level on there, you'd see it sloping towards the wall. It's probably just because it was put up flush right there. And in case you remember, almost all of this was open, and I covered all this up. So I really should have put a piece of wood right here to form a cleat, and then screw this and this into it. The pieces are a little misshapen, so that's why they don't quite come flush. Then I want to put a six-way right here on here to transform the one outlet into a 6 receptacle instead of a 2. This thing is going to have to come out about another 16 inches or so. So flip it like this so you can see. So I figure it's going to come out, at the very least, if I go by the track plan, it's going to come out that much farther. Alright, it's Sunday. It's what in the world? The 30th. So looks like I'm probably not going to make getting the trains running unless I work today. Normally I don't do anything in the layout on Sunday, but we'll see. So as you can see, here's where we're at now. I'm not using my plug-in mic, so my voice is going to sound a little different. So right here you see I've got, this is where the entertainment center ends. Here's where the entertainment center ends. So as you can see, I got to come a little bit that way. Here is where the wood is. I've got it marked to cut, so hopefully I can cut this in 1, 2, and then over here 3 cuts, and all this wood will fit. I'm using these boards as braces. The way it works is, I'll just duck under it and show you real quick here. You'll see a board right there. That is, I've got it braced on there. And I'm actually going to use a support beam, so this will be a 4th and 5th cut. But I'm going to put a support beam under here to act as a leg and support some of that weight, because it will accumulate weight. And then I'll put another one right under here somewhere, probably down or something, just to support this. So it'll be what's on the wall, what's on here, etc. The only problem I'm running into here is that if I move this forward too much more, you'll see I've got the thank you. I hate when I see this. If I move this forward any more, this one won't be able to open. So as you can see, I've got that much room versus that much track. So if I move it forward, I'm probably going to end up losing this, unless I just keep this permanently open. But that would just destroy the look of it. So I gotta keep that in mind. But anyway, this is kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm going to have to extend this probably to about, got it marked to here. So that's going to put this right almost to the door. I got to decide if I want to do that part. So anyway, I can cut it. If I need to cut it more, I can cut it more. All right, so those are the cuts I need to make. We'll be getting to that this week. Okay, so now let's look at what I need to do for here. All right, so I've mentioned probably about 100 times that this piece needs to come off of here, but I'm gonna have to extend the lip on here at least another 11 inches. And I think I mentioned before it's probably gonna have to come out to about 17 because I'm gonna want to double track some of this. So it's gonna come out to here. So I think I said before, just figure almost to the length of the carpet there, where that line is. It's pretty much going to be how far this comes out to about here. Maybe I could leave that open. We'll see. Got to add on to the edge here, but the edge has got to be below the door, which is the whole thing I got planned, so that way I can open the door and get access to any of my stuff that's in here. Never mind what's in there right now. And of course, we're going to have the LED lights on here all the time. And this is going to be my train display area where I'm going to put, you know, collectible trains, box cars, etc. My wife has big plans on me, I guess, collecting a lot of trains. So if I've got the storage spot for it, then I might as well go ahead and do it. So anyway, then there'll be a cutting tool probably about here. I'm going to have the X pattern in the middle. This will come all the way across to here. Probably an elevated train section. So we'll see how that's going to go. I got to remember how long it is. The train layout I had in mind was a 12 by 16. Let's see how far this thing actually is to the wall. And I really was enthralled with that. I have a total of 7 feet. So 12 would actually take up all the way to my all the way past where my washing machine is. And there's a couple of other train layouts where they have the, you can see that they got a washing machine in there, but I got a door here and I cannot block that off. So I'm gonna have to shorten this slightly, but I really like that train layout. I'm basically gonna copy a lot of it. Again, this thing has to come off of here and go down there somewhere. This is where I ended up at. Sorry, my batteries both died. I got them charged up. I am thinking about getting a GoPro battery charger. And then of course I'm going to take this and I'm going to put my green cloth all the way across this. I would do this by hand, but what I think I'm going to do is just save a lot of time to get train running. So I'm going to get the green mat, scenery mat down. Now, it's going to mean drilling into the top of this, but you know, we planned on using this for the train layout almost immediately as soon as we moved in here. Got this. So we, you know, drilling into it's not too big a deal, as long as it's not. Obviously, you may have to add a small false ceiling to the top of this to block it off so you don't see the wiring that I can just pull down. Sorry, pollen's really bad today. It's raining outside. All right, so again, this piece is just on here just to get my measurements, but I'm going to cut this and set this in. Grass mat on top of everything. Unfortunately, due to the height of all this, I am not going to add foam. Sound deadening foam. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So we'll see what I'm going to do. I may put a little bit of foam underneath or track bed or something just to block up the sound of the trains running. Or I may not worry that much about sound in here. I mean, it's a garage. There's no one down below it. There's no one above it. If there's anyone above it, I've got problems. And all the work that I did to fill up that wall, sadly, well, you won't see any of it. But that's gonna, and I need to put, you know, have Lionel controllers and power supplies, and I'll probably put them inside, you know, one of these two doors. I'll have all my power supplies and everything in there. Supposedly you're supposed to let them breathe. I may end up making some shelving behind here to hold all that, so I'll have all that. Ignore this. Ignore this. all this, of course, will be screwed down onto the bracing too. And shouldn't notice that once I get the brass mat down on it. If I have to, I'll just cut a small piece of wood and put it in there, maybe put a shim in there. It's a great thing about shims is you can just take them, cut them, glue them in place. So put a shim in there, and that'll fill that up. So, all right, this is just all stuff out of my shed. I have a lot of stuff in my, or not shed, but barn. Out of my barn, I have a lot of stuff in the barn, a lot of wood. And I just walked out there and grabbed just a few pieces, and lo and behold, this is exactly what I would need to do this. Still not happy with how that piece of wood looks, but once I get it cut and in place, you shouldn't notice it. So that just leaves about 5 feet of wood there, and then about 12 feet of wood here that I just need to get built up and set out. So it's going to create some complications, but nothing I can't handle. I've done it all before. The only thing that's bothering me is that over here under this side I've got 2 drawers that I do have some tools in. It's going to make getting those tools kind of difficult. So I may take those drawers out and put sliders in their place, because those drawers actually are kind of falling apart. I had when I first moved in here, I had to carefully take a hammer and bang them to get them to pop out. And then I had to put some screws in there to kind of tighten them up and hold them together. Alright, so here's the end of this video. Remember, comment, like, subscribe. Helps everyone to find out, find us. And that way, more people can start watching this, and I can start helping people with their own layout ideas. I'm going to explain this step by step what I do. Not so much fast-paced video from here on out. I'm going to start slowing it down and explaining what I do as I do it, step by step. So that way you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to do that starting with the next video where I start cutting all this wood. Okay? Alright. See ya.